everybody, it's Kristin. So I had asked my January favorites if you wanted to see, if any of you guys wanted to see a review on one of the Sigma kits that I've had for well over a year now. And that kit is the Sigma Performance Kit. It comes with 8 brushes. So make them look a little more presentable. So these are the brushes. And the idea behind this kit is that they're all very precise brushes. So they're very teeny tiny. So I'm going to kind of go through the brushes that come in the kit. The kit itself sells for $72, where each individual brush, and there's 8 of them again, sells for $12. So there definitely is a savings in getting the whole kit if you like all the brushes. So I'm just going to kind of run through the brushes for you and tell you my thoughts on each of the brushes. Again, having used them for over a year, and I paid for them myself. Okay, so the first ones that I want to talk about are the 2 brushes that are squared at the top, and this one is obviously a little bit shorter and this one is a little bit longer. So this one is called, it's the E17 and it's the Waterline Brush. So what they say this is good for is, obviously, I'm trying to do this without poking myself in my eye, using gel liner or powder liner and really getting it into that tight line. And I feel like it works well for this. These are the 2 brushes, and actually one other one, that I have reached for the least because I generally use, I generally don't use a gel liner. I generally will use a pencil liner, and that's, you just use the pencil. But it does work really well for that particular application. I just don't use it very often. And then this is the Tightlining E16. So this one again, this one I assume, the shorter one, I assume they really mean for your lower waterline, and this one of course for your upper waterline or tight line area. Of the brushes, these are the 2 that I don't ever really use. So I just thought I would get that out of the way. Okay, this one is the E11 and it's the eyeliner brush. To give you an understanding of how tiny this is, this is the Real Techniques fine liner brush. So that's the smaller of those 2. And then I grabbed a MAC 209 to put it next to this as well, just so that you have an understanding of how teeny it is. So this works very well. It has a good, there's flexibility to it, but not too much. And there's stiffness to it, but not too much. So it works very, very well for getting very close to your lash line. I prefer this one for going in between. If I'm really trying to get a dark lash line, I take the gel liner, or I'll go off, grab a pencil. Let me grab a pencil here. I'll grab a pencil and just kind of go right off of the tip there, if that's what I'm using for the day, and go right in between each little lash line. That's what I like this one for. You guys know I don't generally do a wing very often, but this is not my favorite brush for a wing. I feel like it's almost too small for that. So you actually can make more mistakes, I think, because it's too small and you have to use it too often, too many strokes. That is that brush. Then we're going to get into the brushes that I do tend to use. This one I have talked about so many times. I actually have 3 of these, and this is the Sigma E21 Smudge Brush. This is just one of my absolute favorite brushes of all of my brushes, not just this kit, for laying down an eyeliner on top of the lash line and smudging it out, or the same thing under the lower lash line, or using it just for shadow underneath your lower lash line. It's also great for using a shadow on top of a liner that you've already smudged out. It's so versatile, even though it's so small. It probably sounds crazy that I just called this teeny tiny brush versatile, but for eyelining purposes, I should say, it's very versatile. And I saw somebody, I can't remember who it was right now, and I apologize for that, but I did see somebody using it over a stencil for their eyebrows with the shadow they were using. I've not ever tried that, but I did see somebody doing that, so I thought I would mention it. But this brush has definitely got the most use out of all of them. And then the next one that I have is the spit it out, Gabe. The Shader Lid E56. And I want to show this along with one of the other ones. This is called the Shader Inner Corner E46. So this is the E56, this is the E46. And that's what they look like next to each other. Just so that you can see the size difference. This is a Sigma E55 right here. That's the one from the Mr. Bunny collection. I think it's important to kind of give you guys a size comparison next to the other brushes. So what these are nice for, what I have found, this is really great, the smaller of the two, the E46. It's very nice for getting color on your inside corner. It's also great for doing kind of a real smoky look on the lower lash line. So sometimes I'll put down a dark color on my lower lash line and then a lighter color kind of over top of that to smoke it out and blend it out. I find that the smaller of the two is very nice for that. Again, that's the E46. What I like the E56 for, which is again the bigger of the two, I like that for when I'm trying to put a little more, I want to put a color in my crease. I'm generally not going to blend it out with this brush, but to place that color in my crease and then blend it out with another brush, but to get a very precise placement of it, that's what I use this for. I feel like I've maybe used this in a tutorial. I don't remember which one, but that's what this brush is really good for. I like that brush a lot. This brush is the E47 Shader Crease. And I want to show you. This again is the E56, and this is the E47. So you can you see this one has more give to it than this one. This has a lot more stiffness to it. So if you have a smaller eye, this would be very nice for you to do the same kind of precise placement, but you could also blend out with this one. So this is very, very nice. I get use out of this from time to time, not as much as some of the other ones, but it really does offer that kind of flexibility for precise placement as well as blending, where this one I just really feel is good for placement. And then the last one that I've just come to love in the last few months is the Sigma E36. It's this very wispy white blending brush. So I'm going to show you next to a MAC 222 or a Sigma E35, either one, just again so you can see the size difference there. So it's a little bit wet because I washed it this morning. This one, and I just talked about this in my January favorites, so I hate to repeat myself, but in case you're just happening upon this video, this is a great brush for multiple reasons. My favorite use of it is on the edge of your crease color, working up towards your transition, to just kind of give you a little more precise blending, add in maybe a color that has a little lighter hue to it than the one you have in your crease. It really offers some nice versatility. I also like it for inner corner blending. So I'm going to look in here so I can point, like right here sometimes. I find that it can be tricky for me the way my eye is shaped, for me to transition out my lid color. This is a great brush to use kind of a lighter color, like a MAC Brulee sort of color, and help to transition that out. So I really like that brush for that as well. I hope that was helpful for you. I will put links to everything and all the names and everything I talked about below for you. And I am a Sigma affiliate, but I bought this kit long before that, and it certainly doesn't affect my opinion in any way, but upfront and honest, I believe in that. So if you aren't interested in seeing what's on my face, then thank you so much for watching, and I truly hope this was helpful. And if you are, I will run it down quickly for you. I am currently trialing the Revlon Color Stay Whipped Foundation for a review for you guys soon, so I have that on my face. And I have the matte, no, this is Wet n Wild, in Pearlescent Pink as my blush today. For powder, I have a little Catrice Skinfinish. And normally I don't show you guys all of those things, but because they're new and not normal, I'm showing you. And I'm also, for bronzer, wearing the Revlon Bronzed in Chic, which is just fun to say. On my eyes today, I have a Clinique Single Shadow. I'm also working on testing some of these for you guys in Hazy. I know. It's a purple taupe. And then in the outer corner, I have the Merle Norman in Plum Surprise, which I'm really enjoying. I also have that underneath my lash line. As my liner today, I have the Chanel Stilo in Cassis. And then on my lips, I have the Calvin Klein lipstick, or CK1. Is it CK1 or Calvin Klein? I mean, I realize it's the same, but it says both of them on here. And this is in 400 Scandal. That's all I have on my lips today. All right, thank you again for watching. I hope that you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye!